Sam Chisholm, once one of the most powerful men in television, has died at the age of 78 after battling a short illness. The New Zealand-born media executive, in partnership with Kerry Packer, led the Nine Network through the golden years of television. In 2004, just a year after undergoing a double lung transplant, the larger-than-life figure was inducted into the Logie Hall of Fame. Sam passed away last night, survived by his wife and daughter.
Some of Lake Macquarie's most influential Aboriginal women were at the centre of today's NAIDOC Week celebrations in Toronto. It was an opportunity for the community to give a rare thanks to those helping strengthen our oldest culture.
A national message of appreciation echoed through Toronto's main street. Shoulder to shoulder, a community of all ages united as part of NAIDOC celebrations.
Nobody is left out. Everyone is treated equal, and that is the way it should be.
Standing on one of the nation's first Aboriginal missions, the West Lakes community embraced their special day. The foreshore brought to life with art and song. This year's focus was on recognising the region's strong Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women. Auntie Selma today, one of many, thanked for paving the way for future generations.
We must cherish, respect, thank, praise and be grateful for these women. Because of her we can.
It's not just about women who have worked in the community, it's our women who have overcome racism and judgment of just being an Aboriginal woman.
Today marking the start of Lake Macquarie's week-long NAIDOC program.
I've grown up in this community, so I've watched a lot of women just overcome hardship in their life, and they're just strong leaders, and they're not necessarily what we consider leaders, but certainly strong in my eyes and what they've overcome.
Talia Sav, NBN News.
Lifeguards have praised the board riders who went to the aid of other surfers who found themselves in danger in wild surf at Merewether. The lure of big, clean waves during the school holidays has been a magnet for surfers over the past couple of days. But jumping in on the back of Merewether Baths yesterday to get out to the big waves landed this pair in a dangerous washing machine of white water.
Putting yourself into a dangerous situation like we saw yesterday puts other people at danger, like the guys that put themselves at risk to rescue this guy or to assist him in that heavy situation.
Scratched and battered, the boys were finally dragged to safety. Lifeguards are urging surfers to consider the conditions, their fitness and ability before heading out.
There was a different type of call-out for rescue crews yesterday afternoon when a dog at the entrance needed a helping hand. The 13-year-old Maltese had become stuck underneath a property after his paw got caught in some chicken wire. Thankfully, Elvis emerged from the ordeal without any injuries. He was freed and reunited with his owner and said, "Thank you very much."
I think he did too. Still to come, a potentially deadly bacteria prompts a frozen veggie recall.
When did the SUV become so precious? Free your SUV. This is not just another SUV. This is the Ford Escape.
Rivers clearance is not to be missed. Clearance clothing, nothing over $20. And clearance footwear, nothing over $25. That's men's footwear from $11.99, women's from $7.99, plus clothing from just $4.99. Hurry before it all goes at Rivers.
Hey, we just won Insurer of the Year! Again!
Switch to the back-to-back Insurer of the Year. Get more with Budget Direct.
Wherever you live, in Newcastle, Lake Macquarie, the Hunter or the Bay, James Murray can help you organise the celebration you choose. James Murray Funerals, a celebration of life. Look around. As the favourites come out, it begins. Observing with an eagle eye,
mastering the art of stashing. Pretty move, Gran. Cadbury favourites. Everyone gets their favourites.
You know I said it's true. I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel the love. I can feel the love. I feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it all. You know I said it. I feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it all.
Yeah, we're all packed. See you in the morning.
Great, I can't wait. I think we're going to need a bigger couch. Alright, let's go. Thank you.
At Fantastic, it's the little things that matter most. Like the moments that make a house a home. Shop in store or online and find your Fantastic today.
Oh, listen. Hey, whoa.
If you can see danger coming, you can stop it. At Specsavers, our optometrists can detect a range of health conditions before they become big issues. Every standard eye test includes free digital retinal photography to examine the back of your eye. So seriously, you should go to Specsavers. Book a full eye examination today.
Mario Santoro has been charged by Brazilian police with murdering former girlfriend Cecilia Haddad. Authorities will allege he killed the businesswoman in Sydney, and they say they have enough evidence without Australian help.
Mario Marcelo Santoro, under pressure, but holding on. The accused killer spent another day in the cells of Brazil's homicide police, along with his mother and lawyers. Police were hopeful of a confession, but after 3 hours of questioning, he remained silent. Our evidence was enough to indict him, the police chief says, without evidence from Australia. Santoro is charged with the Sydney murder of his former girlfriend, Cecilia Haddad. He's also accused of trying to hide the body, allegedly dumping her in the Lane Cove River. The same day Cecilia's body was found, Santoro left Australia, seen on CCTV at Rio Airport. In Brazil, Cecilia's mother, Milu, says she feels no relief that Santoro has been caught. It is very early. This is just the beginning. There is still a long way to go. Marcelo Santoro is spending his last night here in the custody of the Rio Homicide Police. Tomorrow he'll be officially transferred into the Brazilian prison system, where he'll await trial in a jail cell. His arrest sparked days of diplomatic wrangling between Australia and Brazilian authorities. The police chief saying he hopes Australian police now speed up the handing over of the information gathered in Australia. In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, NBN News. He was once the leader of federal Labor with ambitions of becoming Prime Minister. But tonight, Mark Latham has been called a rat after turning on his party ahead of a crucial by-election. Siding with Pauline Hanson's One Nation, Latham has recorded a message which is being sent to voters, savaging Bill Shorten.
Bill Shorten is trying to win hearts and votes in the Tasmanian seat of Brad Bill Shorten. But his by-election pitch is being cruelled by a ghost from Labor's past.
I'm Mark Latham, former Labor Party leader. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Mark Latham's teamed with Pauline Hanson to pepper telephones in the ultra-marginal Queensland seat of Longman with a recorded message.
I've had personal experience with Bill Shorten's dishonesty. He just lies and lies and lies.
Latham's intervention drew a furious response from a former Labor numbers man.
It's unbelievable, totally unbelievable. You don't believe anything that comes out of the Labor Party anymore. The party that built you, the party that made you.
When Labor made him leader in 2003, some had serious reservations.
The result of the ballot was 47 votes for Mark Latham, 45 for Kim Beesley.
Because Mark Latham does in-your-face politics, but consistency isn't his thing.
A conga line of suckholes on the Conservative side of Australian politics.
Now he's joined the conga line, and his old party thinks that sucks.
Mark Latham's fallen out with everybody he's ever worked with, and Pauline Hanson's fallen out with everybody she's ever worked with.
So those two charlatans deserve each other. The inconvenient truth is that Labor won Longman in 2016 on One Nation preferences, and this time Pauline Hanson wants to push those votes to the coalition. Bill Shorten has shrugged off the attack.
Mark Latham used to be someone, he's not anymore, so I'm not going to waste any time and energy on the sideshows.
But this one juggles knives. Chris Ullman, NBN News.
The shooting murder of two Sydney teenagers by their father today brought the issue of gun control firmly to the table. It was the central point of discussion at a meeting between the Police Minister and the Commissioner, both now considering a range of possible reforms.
It's a scale of tragedy that sparked anguish but few answers. In the midst of a bitter custody battle, 68-year-old John Edwards killed his two children before killing himself with a gun he'd only recently acquired.
We're taking it extremely seriously, that we're going to do what's necessary and get it right.
So seriously, it was the focus of his weekly meeting with the Police Commissioner.
If there's information out there that I could have used to knock back his firearm licence, to suspend it, then I need to get access to that.
But even Commissioner Fuller admits it's complex, especially when it comes to family violence. Among possible reforms, police being informed by courts, including the family court, when children are at risk. GPs providing reports when mental health may be a concern. Alerting partners and former partners when a firearms licence has been applied for.
The Labor Party has always supported sensible laws on gun reform, but there's a question to be asked here: how did this fella get his licence in the first place?